Hey guys, this is something I've been thinking about recently for, not really any reasons, just been thinking about it. So, in science fiction, one of the biggest, like, storyline type things, one of the most kind of iconic things about science fiction is robots and like robots taking over, eventually humans creating a sophisticated enough artificial intelligence that could kind of outdo humans and make kind of humans obsolete. And in science fiction, there's just always the case of uh, either robots turning humans into slaves or deciding to kill humans because they mess everything up. Anyway, so I was thinking about it, and I think I've come at it from a different perspective. Um, I think it's a more reasonable one than what happened in science fiction. I think it'd actually be interesting to do a science fiction thing about it, but maybe someone will be inspired by this, or maybe I'll write one eventually. I don't know. Anyway, so my thought was that first of all, I don't think that if we do create a sophisticated enough artificial intelligence, and this is a long shot, like I think we are centuries from actually making a self-aware kind of sentient kind of, like a robot that intelligent, like an actual intelligent robot, as humans are intelligent, not just smart, as in it knows how to do things really well, not just efficient, but intelligent, self-aware, self-sustaining, self-adapting. Once we come up with an artificial machine intelligence like that, I don't think that it will initially be angry like a lot of sci-fi will. Science fiction's authors and just things go. I don't think it'll initially be spiteful or angry or any of that. I think its first experiences might kind of be existential, because unlike a human, where we start as babies and we don't really know much, we can't really interpret many things, and we slowly develop into our humanity, into our intelligence. A robot would have all of this kind of all of a sudden at once. So I think first it'll just become extremely existential, maybe depressed, kind of like Marvin in what's it, Hitchhiker's Guide. I think his name is Marvin. Melvin? Whatever, the robot guy. Began with an M, I know that much. And then, I think, once we build enough of these, right, like way in the future, if it ever does happen, like, I don't think it'll be so much humans being oppressed by robots. I don't think that would be the situation. I think it'd be more like domestication. The way I like to think about it is, let's say eventually robots do everything for us. We become completely dependent on them. They drive. We have self-driving cars. Kind of like part of the Google thing is what got me thinking about the self-driving cars. So like we have self-driving cars. We have computers that can do everything. Just like we don't have to do anything anymore. Everything's kind of computerized and automatic, right? So I don't think that. I don't really think that as a bad thing, becoming dependent on them. So anyway, as I was saying, this is really messy, I'm sorry. But I like thinking about it kind of as a domestication. Like, how does a dog feel? How does a pet dog feel when it's being a pet dog? Because I don't think it really feels oppressed. I think it enjoys being a pet. It's completely reliant on the human, on its owner, to, get it food, to take it places, to clean up after it. But it doesn't feel, what's the word, like disenfranchised. The dog, it's kind of gotten used to it. It's like, the dog doesn't want to necessarily hunt for its own food or, poop in a toilet. It's fine knowing that someone else got that. Someone else does it for it, right? And I think that's how we have to look at like sufficiently advanced machinery. We have to look at all of that as ourselves kind of self-domestication, as us passing the responsibility of our care to something else, something that we can trust, mostly because we built it. It's, I think that's how we could look at it. Like, if that time ever does come, I don't even think that it'll be a thing where we decide to just be to subordinate ourselves. I don't even think that'll be the process. I think it'll just be a very subtle kind of automatic thing where eventually they'll have us building these machines, and then down the line we just kind of realize, or we won't even realize, it'll just be kind of the usual that we have domesticated ourselves, that we are like pets to the robots, that they do everything for us. And I mean, even if the robots aren't creative, like even if they can't create other robots and create more advanced things, they'll just take care of us. And I think it'll be like that. And so I'm not really afraid of AI, because I don't really think it'll be really destructive towards humans. I guess that's kind of what I wanted to say. Yeah. Kind of a random video, I know. But yeah, that's basically it. I think once we reach that point, if we ever reach that point, which I'm not saying will happen, but if we ever do reach that point of sophisticated enough AI, it'll just be a point where of domestication, not of destruction or obliteration or any of that, but just even obsolete. I don't think humans will be obsolete because pets aren't obsolete. And we can invent like robot dogs and stuff, but there are still people who want live dogs, right? So it won't even be that. It'll just be that we now have these machines taking care of us, and we can rely on them, depend on them. We can trust them to do that, even if they are prone to failure, like humans are to dogs. So basically, yeah, that's that. Sufficiently advanced AI will treat us like pets, just as we treat dogs. And I mean, I know people who would love to be a domesticated pet. Like, oh man, if I die, I want to come back as a house cat and just be treated like royalty. And that's how we will treated, I think. I like 90% if technology ever gets that far. Which again, I'm not really saying it will. But yeah, that's just something that's been on my mind. So tell me what you guys think about it. If you think that's likely, or that's how things would reasonably go. If you believe in the robot uprising, like whatever you think about the future in robots, I think it's really cool stuff. I'm really into sci-fi, but that's my own, what I just said back there. It's my own personal thing that'll happen, but not in my lifetime. So it's like, why even bother thinking about it anyway? Anyway, yeah, I'm done here.